Hello, everyone, and welcome to our September coffee chat. It's really nice to see so many of you here today. Some of you for the first time, some of you attended last time as well, so thank you for that. My name is Rustan, and I'm the Marketing Director and Product Manager of IrisBG. Øyvind Rustan, who's the founder and CEO of IrisBG, is also here today. So on today's agenda, we have a plant records challenge from the community that I will present on behalf of Kirsten Andresson of the National Arboretum, Canberra. She would very much have wanted to be present and talk to you all, but the time difference makes it a bit difficult. The challenge will be followed by a demo of the new media file feature that was released mid-August. It's versatile, and we are looking forward to see how you're making use of it eventually. Then we will round it off with just an open chat. So before I start on the community challenge, just a few words on the coffee chats. The idea with this format is that we would like to offer you an arena where you can meet peers and have a chat about IrisBG and your daily work with your collection. These sessions won't have a fixed format, and you as a community can influence how they will evolve. Please let us know what you're interested in, if you would like to present the challenge, or if you have any suggestions for improvement. Hopefully, you will make some new connections, and together we might become a bit wiser. So to get an idea of who's here today, I've created a tiny poll. The first question is the level of your expertise in IrisBG, so don't be modest now. And then the other questions is related a bit to what we will talk to later, so I know where I'll put my level. As you can see, we are a mixed crowd again. We have some intermediates, we have some novice people, we have some people still testing out the trial. Quite a few of you are familiar with the Web Explorer. And no one has tried out the media file functionality yet, which is great. Then you can all learn how that's done today. So the community member who's asking for your help today is Kirsten Andresson, the GIS and Data Officer of the National Arboretum in Canberra. The Arboretum is located just outside the capital of Australia and opened to the public in 2013. I recommend that you visit their website to learn more. And as soon as they publish their Arboretum Explorer, you will also be able to browse their collection. So Kirsten signed up for the coffee chats and was initially just asking if it would be possible to add an audio upload field so that people could hear how to pronounce the Latin names of plants. She then explained that she recently had attended one of the volunteer meetings and that many volunteer guides are unsure on how to correctly pronounce the botanical names, especially during guided tours. So she's wondering if we had some advice to give them. In a minute, we will hear how some of the staff from the National Arboretum Canberra have pronounced some Latin names. But before we do so, let's do a little refresher on Latin. And I'm by no means an expert, so bear with me here. Why do we use Latin in botanical names? Well, because as all of you know, there's no universal standardization of common names. So in order to avoid confusion, Linné introduced the modern botanical nomenclature in 1753. Back then, Latin was the common language used by both church and sciences. So is there one correct way to pronounce Latin names? Well, there are actually three different ways to approach how a Latin word is pronounced. The classical Latin, where Cicero would be pronounced Cicero. Ecclesiastical, a Latin that was used by the church and is more close to Italian. And national, Latin like your neighbor would say it with the pronunciation rules of your own language. So in other words, there's no universal way to pronounce Latin. So with that fresh in mind, let's have a listen.
Calatrus glaucophylla.
Sorry.
You know how to say that. Sorry, start again. Pinus thunbergii. Juniperus squamata prostrata. Carmiciparus obtusa.
Callistemon viminalis.
Oh, very
You can say this one. Leptospermum.
Is it
Trinervium. Leptospermum
Trinervium.
Leptospermum trinervium. Phano. Crataegus phanoperum. Maybe.
Ligustrum undulatum.
Styrax japonicus.
Yeah, so thank you to the team in Canberra for those names. And as you may have already guessed, they have asked us to pronounce this little list of names. Today, I will show you how to add the media files, which is a new feature that was introduced now in mid-August. There's 3 places in IrisBG where you can add media files. It's the taxa screen, the features, and the tour screens. I will show you how to add a media file in each screen, and then I will show you what it can look like in your Web Explorer page. If you don't have a Web Explorer, you can still use the media file functionality, but the files will be for internal reference only. Let's share Iris with you here. I'll start with the taxa screen, and I have already opened it up for you here. This is where you would enter all that data relevant to your taxa in your collection. For this example, I would like to add a pronunciation file, stick to the theme for my ginkgo biloba. So I'll use the express search field up here and just click enter to retrieve that. And most of you are probably familiar with the tabs in IrisBG and how you can store different information in them. The media files will be stored in the reference tab. So I'll click on the reference tab. And down here, you will now find a section called files. To add a new file, you simply click the add file, the green plus, and you will find a small plus over here at file name. Click on that, and you will open up your browser. No, I forgot what it's called in English. Yeah, this window. So you can choose to see all your files, or if you have a lot of files like here, it can be useful to filter them so you can see only the relevant files. I was looking for the ginkgo biloba file I have here. Just open that. I can use the description field to say something about if you pronounce this, or yeah, whatever. I'm not going to use this right now. Then I'll click save. Or no, we actually do need to have a description, so we'll add a description like that. And that's it. And so for the features screen, you open up the feature screens here under the management group. I would like for an example here to add a video to, let's say, the cafe. So now you have a field down here. You select the cafe and you have a media field, file field here, and you add the file in exactly the same way as I did for the taxa. Click the small plus. This was pre-selected for video. Select the video, click open, and then save. A thing to note here is that you don't have a description field for specifically for the file, so you need to use the description file for the feature and just add a line at the end to describe whatever you want to say about the video or audio file you have added. Yeah, so that's that. So last, you have the tours. I will add a video and audio to an already existing tour, so search for that. No, that's number 21. Here I have my little example tour. Of course, none of this information is correct, so please don't worry too much about that. Up in this section, you have all the intro information about the tour, so you can have a logo for the tour, add information that you can format with HTML, etc. Now we also have a field name here called media file, and as you guessed, you click the plus and add your file in exactly the same manner. And in the same way, you can go to the entry kinds and add in the media file field your media file. And let's add an audio file here. And so in the same way as with the features, you would need to add an extra line in the description field if you would like to add any information about what you're seeing in the video. So click save when you're ready. And to upload this to your Web Explorer page, simply click System Task, select transfer to Web Explorer and run. I'm not going to do that now, but it's usually pretty quick. And I have prepared this already. So this is again our test garden explorer with sample data from the IrisBG trial database from Oslo. Again, this information is not accurate. It's just to show you. So if I wanted now to find my ginkgo biloba, there's 3 different ways to do that. I could either search for it down here in the search field. I can look it up via the names. Here we have it. When I added it earlier, I had a bit better description to the file. And so you can see how it would look like with an audio file. Here we have an image. If you have more images, you can browse through the images. And then if you are actually in Oslo, in the garden, you can click on the map and you will have a marker with your own position. So it's easy to understand where in the garden you are. And you can also click and find your plant here. And now we can see how it's displayed in this view with the audio file over here, the image and text. It's also possible to add a lot more image on each taxon than they've done here with links and yeah. And so let's have a look at my cafe. This is in the features tab. You can filter on type, but we don't have that many features here in this test garden, so it's quite easy for me to find the cafe. Click on the cafe, and here you have an image. You could have a longer description. You can add the menu if you'd like, and you can add. I added a video, but you can also add audio, of course. And that's possible to add if you have memorial benches or whatnot, art exhibitions. And then last, for my tour, over in the tours tab, I'll select my fine little tour here. So here is the intro field of the tour, where you can again add description and links and everything. Here's the video. And if you add audio file to one of the entries, it will be displayed in this way. So yeah, that's it actually.